It's October 2024 and I just gotten into year 12 and was just about to have like my first ever real party. But little did I know I was about to ruin the whole thing before I even went. At this point in my life, I had begun drinking at only like 17 years old because I thought when I went to like these parties or if I went to any gatherings, if I didn't drink, then I wouldn't have any confidence to go up to people, go up to girls, or even have a good time. So I have to find out a way to drink at this party, otherwise it won't be fun for me. Otherwise, I won't be able to get any girls, I won't be able to make new friends, and I won't have any fun there. That was my mindset going into this. And bro, I don't even know why I had this mindset because at the time, I wasn't even that socially awkward or that nervous because I'd overcome those things, but it just felt like if I didn't drink, then I wouldn't be peak confident. I wouldn't be able to impress people that much. But I have this one problem. I'm underage. I don't know how to get this alcohol. So what I do is I end up asking a few friends to see if they could get it for me. And turns out they couldn't, because they were 17 as well, or 16. So what I ended up doing is going to this one corner shop, which people said didn't really ask for ID. So I go to this corner shop and to my surprise, they didn't actually ask, right? So I think I go in there, get a bottle of alcohol, and I'm good, right? I'm so excited because now I have the alcohol, now I can drink before the party, and now I'm actually gonna have the confidence to go up to people, talk to girls, and just have a good time. So I remember the day of the party, I was still even a bit nervous beforehand. I don't know why, maybe it was because it was my first time. So I get dressed, put the bottle of alcohol in my bag to conceal it, obviously, get the train to town and head to this party. And then when I finally get there, I see 3 of my friends hanging outside of it. And they asked me, yo, have you brought alcohol? And I said yes. And then I actually realized that they brought alcohol as well. So we had this idea to drink before we even got in there. And this was one of my first times actually drinking, so I wasn't really privy to the effects it would actually have on me, right? I just knew if I didn't have this, then I wouldn't be as confident and I wouldn't be able to have a good time, or at least I'd tell myself that, even though it isn't true. And so 20 minutes later, we are already completely drunk, completely intoxicated. So even when we're waiting in the line, we're just acting stupid. Because now, since half my brain was literally like shut off, I could talk to anyone. I was making jokes to people in the line, talking to people I'd never talked to while I was there. And I thought this was amazing at the time. But little did I know, when I actually go into that club and actually spend some time there, it was going to be completely different. My night was going to do a 360 on me. So I get into this club and most of my year is there already. So, I spend like the first 5 minutes just saying hi to everyone, giving some small hugs. And then me and my friends noticed that there's not actually anyone dancing yet. So we decided to take it upon ourselves to actually start the dancing. If you could even call it that, all we were doing is just jumping about. And on this particular day, I was excited to see all my friends who went to my school, all my friends who didn't go to the school. But there was one in particular girl who I was eager to chat to. And so when me and my friends start dancing, again, if you could even call it that, I see it in the corner of my eye. And so me and this girl lock eye contact for just one moment. And obviously my friends saw this, so they start pushing me towards this girl, start begging me to talk to her. So I do. And I can't even exactly remember what I even did that night. I only remember the main aspects. But what I do remember is me just being fucking idiot. Me just going up to her, being goofy, doing some stupid dance or whatever I was doing. I don't even completely remember. And let me get this straight, I really liked this girl. Like, it was one of my main reasons for actually coming to this party. Yeah, it was exciting because, it was my first ever, actual party. But, one of the reasons was I could talk to this girl, I could try and get a relationship out of this girl. And so we do a bit of small talk, and then I can't really exactly what happened after that. We part ways, I go to do a bit of dancing, I'm not even sure what she does. And then I have a plan because I realized, okay, we only did a bit of small talk. I want something more. So my plan was to go up to her, make a couple of jokes, do a lot of riz, as they say nowadays, because, I was that confident. I was so drunk, my brain was turned off. I actually had the confidence to do this for once. And so I remember it was about midway through the night, one of her friends came up to me and she said, "Oh yeah, Theo, you've lost this girl. This girl's with someone else." And at first, bro, I don't even believe it. I think she's genuinely messing with me. But just to make sure, I take a look around, and I'm not seeing anything. But I look even further, and then I see her with a guy, basically cuddling in the corner. And bro, this hurt me a lot because me and this girl, we were basically on and off for like a year or two, basically. We'd get into a talking stage and then we wouldn't, and then we'd get into another talking stage and we'd go out a bit. And so I almost felt betrayed. Why would you do this to me for some random guy at a party? And what has this guy got, which I don't? Is he funnier? Is he more charismatic? Has he got more riz, as they would say? I don't know. I don't know why it was, but it upset me, bro. And so for the rest of the night, I'm upset. I'm acting like I'm enjoying this party and all. I'm jumping around being an absolute goofball, but trying to seem like I'm actually enjoying it. But in reality, I'm mad, bro. I'm upset. I don't even want to be there anymore. And so, bro, this time I just tell my mates that I want to go home because I am not having a good time at all. A night which I thought was going to be amazing because it was my first ever party. I'd see all these crazy club parties on movies and TV shows. I thought it was going to be amazing. It turns out it wasn't for me. Because of the incident that just happened. So I eventually go home. And I remember thinking to myself that night that something needs to change. Why am I getting so upset over just one girl, which for matter of fact, I didn't even know that well. And it's because I had nothing else going on. I had no purpose, no goals. It's my goals wasn't doing this YouTube thing, wasn't doing this schoolwork, but it was this girl. And that's why I got so upset. Fuck, it's uncomfortable as hell here. And funnily enough, it was that very same night I decided to start this YouTube channel. It was that very same night I decided that I had to turn my life around, bro. I couldn't just get upset over stupid things like this. So from that day forward, I decided, look, I was gonna lock in with school, I was gonna lock in with YouTube, I was gonna lock in with everything, gym as well. And bro, I am so glad I decided to do that because if I didn't go to that party, I could have been in the same position I'm in now. Right? I thought that party was one of the worst experiences of my life. But it was that experience which actually made me realize that I had to change something about my life, yeah. So listen, there might be a girl who you're obsessing over at the moment. She might be your only goal or only purpose. But there has to be something else, right? There has to be something else to you. God did not just put you on this earth to run after one girl. He put you on this earth to actually make an impact, right? Right, you have a bigger goal and a bigger purpose than just one girl. Trust me, bro, you do. But I'm not gonna lie though, your parents might not know what this purpose is. I don't know what your purpose is. It is only for you to find out. Right, whatever you have going on at the moment, maybe it's gym, maybe it's a business, maybe it's schoolwork, try and lock in with that. Try and actually create goals and purpose out of those things. And I promise you, when this sort of thing happens to you, it will not affect you as much as it did to me. And this experience taught me that confidence doesn't come from one drink or one party. It comes from how you see yourself when you're alone. Right, I couldn't be confident then because I had no proof that I was anything. I had no proof that I could work hard at school, that I could be authentic on YouTube. I had nothing like that. So of course I was not gonna be confident. Of course I wasn't gonna be comfortable in my own skin. It took me one bad night to realize that I had to rebuild my self-respect. So bro, if you want confidence, it's not gonna come from a drink. It's not gonna come from any sort of like environment. It's gonna come from you. So bro, instead of chasing someone else, chase your goals, man. I don't know what they are. Your parents may not know what they are, but I think you know. So after this video, go work on them.